Welcome students. My name is Ms. Karen Lenisha Cabral, Assistant Professor in Botany at St. Joseph Vaz College, Kottalim. This lecture is for Bachelor of Science first year students, subject Botany, Semester 2, course code BOC 102, course title Biodiversity 2, Vascular Plants. Title of the unit Pteridophytes, module name Heterospory and Seed Habit in Pteridophytes. Outline: definition of heterospory, origin of heterospory, biological significance of heterospory, seed habit in pteridophytes. Learning outcomes: explains heterospory and its origin in pteridophytes, states biological significance of heterospory, describes seed habit in pteridophytes. Now, most of the pteridophytes produce different types of spores. Now, to understand heterospory, there are two terms we need to go through. Now, most pteridophytes produced one kind of spore initially, that is a similar type of spore. Such pteridophytes are known as homosporous, and this phenomena is known as homospory. While other pteridophytes which produce two different types of spores may be difference in size, their structure and their function, and this is known as heterosporous, and this phenomena is known as heterospory. Now, once we talk of heterospory, how do we know? Heterospory refers to two types of spores, as you can see on the slide. The first type is microspores, the second one is the megaspore. Now, how do you differentiate between the two? Microspores are smaller in size as compared to megaspores, whereas megaspores are large. Now, microspores develop in the male gametophyte, whereas megaspores develop in the female gametophyte. Now, according to Rashid, in 1976, only 9 genera of pteridophytes are heterosporous, and they are all listed here. One is Selaginella, Izoetis, Stylites, Marsilia, Pilularia, Reginilidium, Salvinia, Azolla, and Platysoma. Now, in this image shows the two types of spores. If you look at this particular image, at this particular sporangia, and if you look at this, now this image is in Selaginella, this one is megaspores. This is a megaspore, whereas this one is a microspore. Now, if you look at the difference, the number over here, you can see just 3 spores, 1, 2, 3, and they are large in size. As compared to the microspores, you can see a numerous number of spores over here, and the size, they are tiny. Coming to the origin of heterospory, the origin of heterospory is based on 3 evidences. The first one being paleobotanical evidences, second one the developmental evidences, and the third one experimental studies. We'll look at each one in detail. The first one being paleobotanical evidence. Now, heterospory arose due to degeneration of some spores in only few sporangia. Now, how did they come across this heterospory? This phenomena is because of the nutrition. The nutrition that was available to only this few spores. This helped those spores to grow better, and hence the size of the spores increased. Now, as mentioned before, heterospory are two different types of spores, may it be in their size, their function. So, as they received more nutrition, the size of the spores increased. Now, paleobotanical evidence shows that earlier vascular plants were all homosporous at the start, and initially over time, because of nutrition, because of this factor, it started showing difference in their spore size. Heterosporous condition appeared subsequently in the lowermost plants in Upper Devonian period, and a number of heterosporous genera belonging to Lycopsida, Phalaenopsida, Pteropsia were known in the late Devonian and early Carboniferous periods. Coming to the second one, that is developmental studies. Now, in heterosporous pteridophytes, the development of microspores and megasporangia follow the same pattern. Now, while in megasporangia, most of the spore mother cell degenerates, but in microspores, the microspore mother cell only gets disorganized. Now, the phenomenon of heterospory became distinct either before or after meiosis. Now, in the microsporangia, all the sporophytes undergo meiosis and therefore the number of microspores are large, while in megasporangia, a part of sporogenous tissue degenerates. Now, one example, in Marsilia, you have 64 microspores and 64 megaspores, which are formed after meiosis. Now, these are formed, microspores are formed in microsporangia, whereas megaspores are formed in megasporangia. Now, in microsporangia, all the microspores are functional, while in megasporangia, of all the megaspores, only one remains functional, the rest degenerates. Coming to the evidence from experimental study. Now, experimental studies on Selaginella and Marsilia suggest that nutritional factor mainly governs heterospory. Now, under low light intensity, because when we say light, we refer to photosynthesis in plant. So, when the intensity of light was low, the photosynthetic activity in Selaginella was stopped, was retarded, and hence, instead of photosynthesis, it produced microsporangia. So, by sudden lowering of the temperature, the size of these microspores in the sporocarp of Marsilia increased by 6 folds. Coming to the biological significance of heterospory. The development of the female gametophyte starts while the megaspore is still inside the megasporangium. Microspore starts germinating into male gametophyte while again they are still inside the microsporangium. Now, the female gametophyte derives its nourishment from the sporophyte, because once it derives the nourishment from the sporophyte, the chances of it provides better nourishment to the developing gametophyte. So, the dependence of the female gametophyte on sporophyte for its nourishment provides a better starting point for the development of new embryo. The adoption of heterospory and germination of a single megaspore within megasporangium to form a female gametophyte leads to the phenomenon of seed habit. Now, what is a seed? A seed is that ovule which contains an embryo developed as a result of fertilization. The gradual development of seed habit from heterosporous condition may occur in the following steps. Now, you have 10 steps that are listed. First one being production of two types of spores. Now, when we say two types of spores, we are referring to microspores and megaspores. Secondly, reduction in the number of functional megaspores. As mentioned before, the only one remains functional, the others degenerate. Then production of single megaspore per megasporangium, and permanent retention of megaspores within the megasporangium, development of availability of sufficient nutrition, that is for its development. Then formation of protective layer. When we say protective layer, we are referring to the integuments around the megasporangium, which further leads to the development of connection between megasporangial wall and the megaspore. Development of pollination mechanism. The next step, retention of young embryo inside a megaspore wall. Then development of seed with protective layer. And once the seed is being formed, the last step being a dispersal mechanism. So, for that, development of seed dispersal mechanism and then dispersal of seeds. These are the references. Thank you.